Hello everyone, welcome to the introduction video of Microlocs 101, Achieving the Perfect Install for You. So this video will be the start of my five-part series of teaching you all the things that you need about Microloc extensions or regular Microlocs in general. So by the end of the series, you will have all the tools that you need to either start your own journey or have these conversations with your stylist so she or he can prepare your pattern and everything to make your install fit best for you. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing some of the reasons why you may be interested in Microlocs, and I will also give you a quick breakdown of the different type of topics we're going to be talking throughout the entire series, so you know what to expect and what's coming. So without further ado, stay tuned for the rest of the video. And before we get into the meat and bolts of this video, I want to put out a disclaimer. I am not a professional hairstylist. I am not a dermatologist. I am not a licensed person that could tell you what to do with your hair and what you can and cannot do with your hair. I have my experience through working with my clients, doing my own personal research, and going through this journey myself. This is what I've collected over the year and a half that I have been installing Microlocs on people, and the going on year that I've had my Microlocs myself. So these are just tips and information that I have gathered along the way, so that way you won't have to go and search for this on your own. But as always, you are able to do whatever it is you want to do with your hair. I cannot tell you what you can and cannot do. No one can. So take that with what you will, but these are the tips and tricks and things that I do with my own clients, and I also do with my own hair. So I wanted to go ahead and let everyone know that so we can get that out of the way. And now let's get into this video. So for starters, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the different type of topics that I will be discussing throughout the entire course, not specifically for this day, but through the rest of the videos to come. So first, we're going to be determining your parting size based on your hair density. And in that video, I'm going to be discussing different methods and different grid patterns and parting for your density. So if you have super thick hair, if you have fine hair, or maybe alopecia, and you want to figure out the best way to go about your install, that video will help you figure that out. I will also be discussing choosing the right amount of hair. As we know, there's a line of demarcation sometimes in Microloc extensions if you add too much hair, or even if you don't add enough hair. So we're going to be discussing that in a video as well. And we're going to get into some demonstrations on installing different types of methods that I use to install for different type of densities and hair types. And lastly, we're going to be talking about establishing your maintenance routine and protecting your hair for the remainder of your journey. Okay, so I have my iPad down right here. So if you see me look down a little bit, that's because I'm looking at my notes. And we're going to go ahead and get started with some of the reasons why you may be interested in Microloc extensions. So the first reason could potentially be because you have hair thinning. Now, this could also be considered alopecia, or it could be having fine hair in general. And these are some of the important questions and things that you need to make sure you're letting your stylist know, or if you're doing them yourself, you need to take a step back and analyze your hair personally to see if this is actually an option. If you have the areas that are very, very thin, or that have maybe less hair than the others, you might want to leave those sections alone, because that could ultimately cause more damage than good, and we do not want to further damage our hair or to add any additional stress to our hair that is absolutely unneeded. So that could be a reason why you might be interested in Microloc extensions, and that's also a very important conversation that you'll need to have with your stylist. The second reason, or an additional reason, could be because you simply want longer hair. That reason resonates with me the most because I already had my Microlocs for about 8 months before I decided to get extensions, because I knew I wanted Microlocs and I wanted to just go through the journey like everyone says, but it was really difficult for me to navigate having such short hair, or not necessarily short hair, but have my hair so shrunken up to where it looked short, and it just didn't give me the look and the confidence that I was looking for. So I definitely feel like just wanting longer hair is justification to get Microloc extensions. And the third reason could be you want to skip that awkward phase in the beginning of growing your locks. Now, we all know this phase. It is named the ugly phase, the budding phase, or the beautiful phase, whatever you've heard or whatever you want to call it. That's your prerogative and that's your personal opinion. But it's commonly known as the ugly phase, and that is because that's where the shrinking happens, the budding happens. That's when all the frizz is just super duper crazy, and then you at installation you had 10 inches of hair, and by the next couple of months then now you only have 5. So that's like it sometimes it could be pretty drastic, and sometimes that's difficult for a lot of people. And once you have longer hair, as in the extensions, you can potentially get away from some of those things. I mean, you're still going to have the frizz and you're still going to have somewhat of the shrinkage, but it will be a lot longer, so it's easier to navigate through the styles that you want to pick, and just the overall look of them. It's going to just make you feel better about it, because the frizz, unfortunately, when you have locks in general, the frizz is never going to go away. There won't be a point where you don't have frizzy locks. There just come a point where it's a little bit less. So avoiding some of those hard stages in the beginning is another reason why you could potentially want Microloc extensions. Reason 4 could be you want fuller hair. So let's say you are permed, and we all know that sometimes when you're permed, your hair is a little bit thinner. We're not necessarily thin, but it's finer. It's not as thick and full and voluptuous as you may want. And that's also another reason for extensions. As you see on my page, I have several clients who have who has perms, and they had issues with fullness. They had the length, they had everything, but they just want fuller and thicker hair. So that's what I did with him. The maturing process looks different sometimes from person to person, and also when you have straight hair, adding kinky curly hair extensions, sometimes you have a little bit of differences, but as long as you get your maintenance regularly, your stylist or even yourself, you can wrap that hair around the extension and it will eventually lock, and you won't be able to tell the difference at all. But the final reason I wanted to discuss today could be you just want to have a boost of confidence by changing up your hair. And as we know, as Black women, our hair is number one. If our hair isn't right, we're not right. Our hair changes our mood. It determines how our day goes. I mean, I know for me personally, if my hair is not done, it's not going to be a good day. Or if I don't think my hair is cute when I'm going out or doing something, I'm not going to have fun. And that's just, I'm pretty sure that's how a lot of us feel. And having Microlocs, it can make doing your hair very easy. Because for me, I've been natural for 6 or 7 years, 7, 8, 7, something like that years. And I used to love the 3-hour wash days where it would take forever to wash my hair. I would have to twist, detangle, moisturize, condition, deep condition, mask, and all these things. And it was just a really long, drawn out process. But I feel like I needed all of that to make sure my hair was beautiful. And yes, it was beautiful, but it was very time consuming. And when you have Microlocs, you cut that into like 16ths, because you don't need all those products and all that time and all those things into your Microlocs. You need about a good retie and a good wash, and you are out the door. I don't necessarily do too many styles on my hair because me personally, I like leaving my hair alone, and I just like how my hair down firms my face a little bit. So this could also make your morning routines and your hair routines quicker and a lot easier. And we know when you're trying to get your hair together, especially last minute, those quick and easy styles are the best. And I honestly feel like Microlocs is that continuous style that will always have you feeling beautiful. That's my personal opinion. And so, as I said in the beginning of this video, this is the introduction video to the course, along with some reasons where you could potentially be interested in Microloc extensions. And of course, as always, feel free to leave a comment in my comment section below if you have any additional questions, or if you have maybe something, a condition or something that wasn't discussed in this video and you would like some help or some more information on that, feel free to leave that in the comment section as well. I do read all of the comments. I may not respond to every one of them, but I do read all of them. And that could either lead to another video or just me responding to you personally with some advice or some help in that direction. So that's the end of this video. I want you guys to turn on your post notifications for my page so you could be notified when I post my new videos, and the remaining videos that will be on my channel will be this course. So the next 4 videos to come will be the next 4 parts of this series. So don't forget to stay tuned, and thank you guys for joining.